Rests in simple time must be placed according to these rules. Rule number 1, finish partial beats. Each incomplete beat must be completed before the next beat, and each part of the beat must be finished before the next part. So in the first beat, a 16th rest is added to make an 8th, and then an 8th rest to make the full quarter beat. The 3rd and 4th beats are completed with 8th rests. When finishing incomplete beats, build outward from the note. In this example, a half note gets 1 beat. Beat 1 begins with a note, and so we will build forward, adding a 16th rest to make an 8th, and then an 8th rest to make a quarter beat. The quarter note that follows completes the full half note beat. The second beat ends with a 16th, and so we build backwards. First the 16th to make an 8th, and then the 8th to make a quarter, and then a quarter to make the full half note beat. Rest rule number 2. Do not join beats 2 and 3. The first and second beats may be combined into one rest, and the 3rd and 4th beats in quadruple time may be combined into one rest. But the 2nd and 3rd beats in triple and quadruple time require 2 separate rests. Rule number 3. Always use a whole rest for a full bar of silence. Notice that it doesn't matter what the time signature is. An empty bar is always filled with a whole rest. Rule number 4. Do not use dotted rests in simple time. When completing a measure with rests, follow these steps. Begin by writing the beats above. Here we will write 4 quarters for each bar. Secondly, finish the partial beats with rests. And thirdly, add full beat rests, remembering the rules for combining beats. Here beats 2 and 3 cannot be joined, and so we have to use 2 separate quarter rests. However, in the next bar, beats 1 and 2 may be joined, and so we add a half rest. Here's another example. We begin by writing the beats above. This time, 3 half notes for each bar. Then we finish the partial beats with rests. And lastly, we add full beat rests. In this bar, we have to use 2 separate half rests because we can't join the 2nd and 3rd beats into one rest. And then for beat 2 in the 2nd bar, we need to add another half rest. Here's one for you to try. So firstly, what are the beats you need to write above? The time is 2/8, and so we'll draw 2/8 notes in each bar. The next step is to finish the partial beats. What rests will you add? A 16th, 16th, and 16th. Did you get it right? And now it's time to add the full beat rests. What full beat rests are needed? Well, all that's left is an empty measure, and so we'll need to add a whole rest in that bar.